Get ready for some real, relatable, and motivational conversations with podcast host Angela A. Love Lewis. Join her and her guests as they empower you to deal with the inner you so you can heal, believe, and lead yourself to the life of your dreams. It's time to take the limits off and experience true InnerVation. Let's get to it.
Hello, and welcome to InnerVation, the podcast where you are motivating yourself from the inside out. I am your podcast host, Angela A. Love Lewis, and you guys know I'm always excited to come and talk to you for our weekly broadcast. But today you have a special treat because if you did not know, I am also editor-in-chief of iShine magazine. So I have the awesome pleasure of interviewing some of the people who are on the cover. And for the February issue, we are celebrating none other than the CEO and broker of Fresh Vision Realty. Her name is Marquetta Bryant, and she gave an amazing interview talking about the housing market, being a broker, and just a lot of gems and nuggets that I thought you guys would love to hear. So here it is. Stay tuned for the iShine interview with Marquetta Bryant. She is the CEO and broker of Fresh Vision Realty. As always, please like, share, and follow me so that you can keep up with all the people who are helping us get motivated from the inside out. Enjoy.
Hey, come on.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Fantastic. That's what I'm talking about. Marquetta is all right. Like, boom, I'm here, y'all. Let's talk about it. I love it. Welcome to the iShine podcast. I'm the host, Angela A. Love Lewis. My special guest tonight, if y'all don't already know, it is the beautiful and amazing Marquetta Bryant. And listen, she is, honey, CEO and broker at Fresh Vision Realty. So I know y'all got questions, baby. She got answers, and she is about to get ready to give you some gems. So what I want to do, Marquetta, before I let you introduce yourself, is give these folks a chance to tag somebody, get everybody on here, because y'all know you want to know about this real estate market. You want to know how to be a homeowner. You want to know all that good stuff, right? So tag somebody. Let them know this is the broadcast. Y'all get them numbers up. Come on, because she's the person you need to be trying to ask these questions to. So, Marquetta, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
Yes. So y'all come on in, say hello, and let us know where you're coming from. Make sure you share the broadcast out to everybody y'all know, because we want to make sure that she gets a lot of people on here asking questions. This is the time. So off the rip, I want to know. Good evening, ladies. Look, who was that? Anthony Banks. Hey, sir. How are you?
Hey,
Look, showing out and cutting up already. Look.
Well, that's what we do.
That's what we do. That's right. Hey, Gail says she's calling in from Fort Myers. Hey. Yes. So listen, y'all come on in and make sure you share this out. But Marquetta, so I didn't ask for a bio specifically because I know that you are somebody who is out here doing major things. And listen, somebody, honey, I know this is somebody who's related to you, LaQuasia, another Banks. Hey, Miss Banks. Come on, Banks family, come on through. You listen, y'all come on through. Welcome. But I wanted people to know from you, because you can read somebody's bio and it all sounds good. But at the end of the day, nobody can tell me about you better than you can. So I want you to share with the audience who you are and whatever else you want to give them as far as your accomplishments and what you've been doing and what you're up to.
Okay. Hey, so I'm Marquetta. I am a real estate broker, a new one, a baby broker. That's what I call myself now. In Atlanta, Metro Atlanta area. I am in Cobb County. I have been in real estate since 2011. I got started at the downturn of the market because, I like to live life on the edge like that. So I'm originally licensed in Maryland. So I am from Washington, D.C., Southeast DC with an F, not a TH. That's important. If you're from DC, you know that. So I got started in real estate completely by accident. A little bit of a leap. It was an accident. I didn't know anything about real estate, right? So when I got started in it, it wasn't on purpose. So here's what happened. We were homeless. We were about to have a baby. Nobody knew. We was living in a hotel. Some of my family might have just found out just now. Oh well. We don't live in a hotel no more.
They know me.
And we had to find somewhere to live. And so I was on Craigslist, newspapers, knocking on people's doors, calling up homeowners like, will you rent to, it's two young people, we're about to have a baby. He's a veteran. I pushed that veteran card, period. Mm-hmm. And so we finally found somebody who would rent to us, and I wrote and negotiated the lease myself. And I knew nothing about real estate back then, let's be clear. So because I'm a hustler, right, I decided I knew other people that needed a place to like live. So I decided to make ads on Craigslist for rentals, and I would match people who were looking for rentals with landlords who had rentals. Remember back then, it was really hard to find a place. And so I did that for a while, and I was charging the landlords like 1 month's rent. Okay, don't nobody do that because it's illegal if you're not a licensed real estate agent, which I did not know at the time.
Passing on past that piece right there, but
passing on past. So I ran into a real estate agent. I was like, I paid you, you didn't pay me. And he was like, come here. I can't pay you. And I was hot. Let me tell you, I was mad. So I was like, excuse me?
Run me my money.
I told you what I charge. So he was like, I can't pay you, but and if y'all hear some yelling in the background at any point in time, my husband's trying to put his kids to sleep and they rude. Okay. So
I heard his kids, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I apologize in advance for that. So I ran into a real estate agent and he was like, I can't pay you, but he gave me a flyer to Century 21 in La Plata because I was living in Waldorf at the time in DMV area, and it was $50 to get my real estate license. I only had to pay for the book. And so I was like, okay, fine. So I got my real estate license and I didn't know what to do with it because nobody teaches you real estate, right? You get your real estate license and everybody's like, okay, well, go figure it out, learn, whatever. They don't really help you learn. So I kind of got out there in the wing and a prayer. Nobody really taught me. I had some mentors and they showed up to get a check. They didn't really help me. I did one deal my first year, just one. It was somebody that I went to high school with, and she's still one of mine. I helped her sell that house, and she bought another house, so we still cool. I must have did okay.
And so it came natural to me. It came natural to me.
It came natural. I figured it out. I'm a natural hustler. I figured it out. So we left DC in 2014 with a 4-month-old and a 4-year-old. We were overworked, underpaid, paying a lot of bills. I've always wanted to move to Atlanta. My husband's military, so he was like, we can move wherever. I don't care. And I was like, well, I've always wanted to move to Atlanta. I had never been to Atlanta. So the first time we came to Atlanta was February 2014. Mm-hmm. And we came to Atlanta and we stayed in a hotel for 2 days and we visited his military friends and we loved it. And then we came back home March 1st and I went to work and I came home and he had packed up our whole house, my husband.
Wow.
It was on a pod outside when I got home from work. First of all, I didn't know he ordered the pod. I didn't know we were moving. Like, wait a minute, Paul.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? So the job he was working at the time, he was supposed to have quit, and then they let him transfer down here. So that's what we did. We lived in a hotel for 3 months when we got to Atlanta. I lived in a hotel with 4-month-old and 4-year-old. It is what it is. We figured it out. In 2015, I started real estate here, August 2015. October 2015, I cried. I said, I'm going to quit. Oh, no. And I remember calling my spiritual mother, and I cried on the phone. And I said, I don't want to do this no more. I quit. I don't want to do real estate. It's hard. I don't know anybody. I went to the productivity coach, and they told me I'm not going to sell anything because I don't have a database here. My whole database is in DC. I don't know anybody. And she's like, well, let's just pray about it. And so we said a prayer, which I still say every day to this day. And I think it's even more important to say it now as a broker. Whoever need me, may they find me. And I say it every day. I don't chase people. I don't go looking for people. I really believe whoever need me, may they find me. Because I genuinely believe that this is my ministry. I love it. There's nothing more purposeful than helping somebody find generational wealth, which is obviously created through real estate. There's not a whole lot of people who are wealthy that don't have real estate. So the first deal I ever did in Georgia, the client knocked on my door. Seriously, I was on the couch, and it was 8 o'clock at night, and it was that same day that I called crying. I promise, it was the same day. And so my daughter, she was 5 at the time, and I heard her knock on the door, but I wasn't sure I heard her knock. And she went and opened the door, so I run into the door like, "Oh my God, don't open the door!" And there was a kid standing there, tattered jeans, torn shoes, the whole nine. And he was like, "I'm selling coupons." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'll buy coupons. I'm real cheap. Anything to save $1." So I gave him my email address, and I was with a big box brokerage at the time. And he was like, "What does that mean?" And I said, "Oh, I'm a real estate agent." He said, "Oh, so you help people find houses?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, me and my girlfriend are buying a house. Their mom is buying a house for us cash. You think you can help us?"
What?
And it was the first deal. The house is about 5 minutes from me. It was $106,000, but I was excited because I just got my foot through the door. Mind you,
Right.
they just told me I wasn't gonna sell no real estate because I didn't know anybody. And the first client in Atlanta knocked on my door. Okay, like for real, like you can't beat that. And so after that, I just was on the road. Like I joined mom groups, and I just did a whole lot of other stuff, and really sat down and figured out real estate on my terms in Atlanta and how to do it. So that's how I got here. All by accident. Well, I don't think it's just by accident. God's divine purpose and how He wanted things to be set up. But
Yes.
happy to be here. Now I just opened a brokerage 3 weeks ago.
Listen, divine. I'm telling you, I mean, you can't tell me that God will not put you where you need to be and provide for you what you need if you're in alignment with His goals for you. And so I love the prayer that you prayed. And I guess I want to know, how does someone who stumbles into all of this go from not only being a real estate agent to being a broker? And so for people who don't know, tell us what the difference is from just being a agent to actually being a broker.
Okay, so one, I cut the checks now, so that's important.
Checks, girl.
That's important, right? So real estate broker means that you went and got further education. So now I can have other licensees under me. So now I am responsible if one of my licensees go out there and they do something improper. My license is on the line, so my butt is really on the line. So there's no boss. I'm the it's me.
Come on, boss. Big boss in 2022. Yes. It's amazing. That is so good. That is so good. And I tell you, what I love about it is, when we had our initial conversation, and it's so funny because Marquetta and I got introduced through her uncle. And so just in having a conversation and understanding, not only is your heart passionate about helping people be homeowners, but you have a passion for people to learn the trade as well. So not only did you open up a brokerage, but you're doing a school to help them to get licensed as well. Is that correct?
Yes. So I also have I was partnered with the CE shop because it was important to me. I know a lot of times it's a lot of companies out here telling people, sign up, we'll pay for your school, sign up, we'll pay for this. Here's what I believe. You're going to get into this business. I got into this business. I was a little broke at the time. I don't even know how we could afford it. But I feel like it is a business, and you need to get in and treat it like a business. And so you need to put some skin in the game. And we wanted to partner with a real estate school because we wanted people to be able to sign up from the beginning, go to school. You don't have to join us, but go get educated. Go get your real estate license. We're here to help. If you want to join us, we're happy to take you. But go get your real estate license. So we partner with the CE shop, and we do our school online. It's self-paced, so you can sign up at your leisure. I'm actually about to drop another coupon code for tomorrow, so 30% off. Always trying to get it for as cheap as possible. Again, it's self-paced. You can take up to a year to get it done, like that. Yeah. So we want to encourage more
great.
people to get into real estate. And there's so many different things to do with your license other than just selling houses. Like you don't have to sell houses to be a licensed real estate agent. There are so many things to do with this license people don't even understand.
Come on, Marquetta, because I'm telling you, I'm sure the majority of people really just think like, I don't know about selling houses and I'm not a salesperson, but I do know that, like you said earlier, listen, come on, Banks, what do you say? Go get them classes and make that money at your pace. You better come on and come on, Banks. Absolutely. Especially now that people know you don't really have to go out and do that. There's so many other things to do with your license. Can you give us an example of something that you can do outside of just selling the houses?
Sure. You can be an admin assistant for a real estate agent or broker. And if you're licensed, you get paid really well. You can be a transaction coordinator. Transaction coordinators usually charge from $250 to $600 a file. I mean, they make good money. It's just so many different things, like so many. It's not limited to, you can be a referral agent. If you know a lot of people and you're constantly referring people for real estate, you can charge a 25-30% referral fee. I know some people that all they do is send out referrals all day, and agents pay that referral fee. So there are so many different things to do with this real estate license. You don't have to, if you're not a people person and you don't want to get out there and sell, don't sell, but get a license. My husband does not sell, but he has a license.
Yeah, better come on and be a dual license family up in there, honey. That's great. Let me see. Kelly, what you say, Kelly? I passed my Georgia State test in 2015 and let it lapse.
Okay, well, go back
so
and get it, and then come join Fresh Vision Realty.
Come on, listen. We are broadcasting inside the CEO district is one of the places where we broadcast in. Okay. Kelly is the founder of the CEO district. So listen, with almost 3,000 women in her group, she needs to go on and do that, ma'am. Yes. So that we can all be out here making deals, wheeling and dealing and going over there. Marquetta is in, she said, I am this year. Yes, that's
a good do it. Okay, come on. I'm in Kyle. Come on, join Fresh Vision.
Yeah, Piazza said, do it as a couple. Yes, couple goals. That's all right. Listen, I tell you, so let me ask you this, because I've always been curious. When you talk about real estate and you talk about the power of real estate, is there a difference, do you believe, in selling up north, like selling from DC to selling here in Atlanta? Is there a difference really?
Yeah. So I like to think, in DC, you learn to hustle real early, right? you just do. So I had to adjust. It was an adjustment for me, especially knowing like they're very serious about their holidays in the South. Like, don't call nobody around the holiday time. Like that whole week, people looking at you like.
But we're not doing business this week. Look, holler back at us on Monday.
Yeah, what are you doing? It was an adjustment for me because it's go all the time up there. The sales price was a difference. It's not a difference anymore here. It was an adjustment, but not really. I feel like people have been more receptive here than they were in the North. I feel like my business grew 100 times over. Atlanta is really a mecca for Black business. They love supporting you here. I mean, people who I've never met, who I adore, who I just know from online, they're always tagging me in posts. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody who like uplift me and send me business and just encourage me. You don't even know, like I really appreciate it. Yeah, I think it's been a big difference for me.
But that's good to know because now in this season, and I think I even saw you make a post where, and my brother lives in Tennessee and they bought their house maybe 2 or 3 years ago. But now, since everything has happened post-pandemic, people are coming in buying houses at way above what the purchase price was.
Oh, yeah.
Baby, so listen, this is the get rich scheme. I mean, you got to be strategic and make some moves. But what do you think about that? Let's talk about the state of the housing market and what's really.
Okay, so last year I did an interview with WSB TV, and I tried to warn everybody, like, if you're upside down in your mortgage, if you took a forbearance, the eggs are coming home to roost this year. And they didn't quite come home. I mean, they came a little bit. So we had a few people. We saw a little bit of foreclosures hitting the market. We're going to see a few more. It's not going to be an overflow. It's not going to be a rush, but we are going to see some. We are starting to see a lot more BPOs pop up. We're starting to see some foreclosures come onto the market. Are we going to see a lot of short sales? Probably not, just because people have way too much equity. But what we are seeing is that people who have gotten into a bind with the forbearance, who don't have an FHA loan, might not have a VA loan. Maybe you have a conventional loan and your bank is not trying to help you, buy it out or put the money at the end or things like that, because they only have to do that for FHA and VA, remember. So maybe they're not doing that. Please don't be stubborn when you can walk away with 200K or 100K, or it's a broker's, a BPO is a broker's personal opinion. So what it means is the bank calls and says, hey, this property is going into foreclosure. What do you think you could sell for? Things like that. So it's something that we have to put together. It's tedious for real estate agents, but it's a way to make some extra cash. But when real estate agents start to see BPOs, we know that foreclosures are coming.
Okay.
That's what that means. So there are some coming. It's not a lot coming. It's not going to be enough to turn this into a buyer's market it's not. It's just too much demand. We were already in a housing crisis. We've been in a housing crisis for about 5 years now. COVID exacerbated that housing crisis with the material delays. Builders haven't been able to build as quickly as they used to. People are less likely to move right now, less likely to sell. Now the housing crisis has exacerbated to a point that it's just wider. So I know everybody's like, oh, it's too high. No, it's supply and demand. It's very simple. Supply and demand. So when you have supply and demand, that's just what happens. Interest rates were incredibly low for years. I mean, interest rates have been low for a long time, but they were incredibly low 2020, 2021. I mean, 2%. I had a client that I think got in at 1.75. I mean, interest rates were incredible. I mean, it was free money out here. Okay. So interest rates are about to take a hike. The first one is coming in March, and it's going to be 3 more. So why are they raising the interest rates? Interest rates are being raised to kind of slow down some of this housing stuff that's going on. That's one reason. The second reason is that the government feels that the job industry has recovered and now they can handle higher interest rates. So we're about to start seeing higher interest rates. What is this going to mean for the buyers? So if you're a buyer right now and you were pre-approved for maybe $260,000 and your interest rate was a 3%, and you haven't locked in and you're not on a contract, and your interest rate might go up to 4% in March, now you're going to be approved for less house, which is already hard to find a decent house under $300K right now in Atlanta, which is insane. It's insane. Like, you already can't find a decent house under $300K.
I have heard horror stories. I've heard people say they were getting ready to go in, and before they even got a chance to turn around and do anything, it was gone. Like, boom.
I've literally been at a door, opening the door, and agent approved the showing, confirmed everything, and opening the door, and I would get on an update from the MLS that this property is now under contract. Wait a minute. I just got this confirmed an hour ago. I drove all the way over here to Fulton County or wherever I drove.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But that speaks to the fact that, for a lot of people, money has been made. I mean, like, they have been able to go in and make some money. I mean, like, the real come up, if you have property and you're in a position where you can sell a house and get probably sometimes maybe 1.5 to 2 times as much as what you paid for it. Oh, that's a win-win.
That is a win-win. I'm fighting the urge every day not to sell my house. So
I know, right? What you say?
We can sell for $315 in 2018, and we can sell for $505 today. Wait a minute.
How attached are you to the house, really?
I am not attached. My husband is attached.
Actually, $200,000. No, we're not attached at all.
I'm not attached. The whole purpose of real estate is to make money, if you ask me, which is why most of, if not all of my clients who bought a house in the last, from 17 on up, got over 100 or 200K equity. I have one client bought a house in a really nice part of Atlanta. It was transitioning at the time, and 165, and she bought it in 2019. We could sell that house for 4 something today.
Ooh,
listen, I'm real good. I'ma just say that. Like,
Hey, listen, we said, let me just go on and toot my horn real quick. Listen,
I know how to follow the money. I know what's hot, what areas is hot. You gotta follow. You gotta follow the money. I was purposeful in buying in Kennesaw. My husband's like, I want to move here. I was like, no. He's like, well, I said, do you see all this new construction in Kennesaw? He was like, oh, I said, follow the money, follow the construction. And I'm just gonna sit right here. We have some of the largest houses in Kennesaw, so in our neighborhood.
They do. I'm talking about beautiful. I was riding the other day, and me and my girls took a turn up somewhere, and I was like, oh my God. I didn't even know this part of Kennesaw existed, but I'm telling you, beautiful homes.
Yeah.
Listen, the people up in here, like Honey Tammy said, my God. Kelly said she's already double equity in their home. Yes, honey. When I tell you that strategically, you've got to position yourself to see, like you say, Marquetta, kind of follow the trends, follow the money, see where things are being built, and know how to make that shift and pivot. Because just like in 2020, when people were saying, okay, well, let me shift out of this job and shift into doing something else. Let me open up, maybe I think a lot of people were going into the trucking industry, because they were needing to, get things transported. So a lot of people shifted, but with real estate, same thing. Let me see what Banks said. Yes, she is. Come on, Banks, and toot that horn. I have referral clients that were having challenges that she got great deals for to veterans.
Yeah, I did.
That's what's up.
We love veterans at Fresh Vision Realty. We're a veteran family. So that's what we do.
So let's talk about for veterans, because I know for a lot of veterans, they have opportunities to take advantage of, money that can help them get into homes. So for someone who is looking, what are some steps that they need to take to really start utilizing that stipend that they get for that?
Okay, so I know all about the VA loan because we use one on our house. So
come on, knowledge.
Right, firsthand. So for the VA loan, it really just really important. I had a client that I spoke to for the first time yesterday, and she's like, and I won't say name of the mortgage company. She's like, oh, just know it's geared towards veterans. She said, I got my pre-approval from them, and I was like, so we gonna talk to somebody else. Just because I just feel like I feel like they charge too much. So I'm very strict. It's very important to me, especially when it comes to veterans, to make sure they're getting really great rates. I feel like they've already done enough to fight for this country. At the very least, let's make sure they can get into decent housing, which is not always the case because we know it's a lot of homelessness amongst veterans in the first place, and it shouldn't be that. But that's a whole other issue.
That's a whole nother exactly.
Yeah. So really, just want to make sure you have at least a 620 credit score to utilize that VA loan. You want to make sure your DTI, VA has to be under 43%. So you want to make sure your DTI isn't high. And that's about it. I mean, VA loan is pretty easy to use. Have your closing costs ready. Sellers are not paying closing costs right now. And they used to pay closing costs. They're not doing that right now. I'm going to be honest and say that VA is probably one of the hardest loan types to get through for people to accept right now, which I think is disgusting. And it's mostly because sellers agents are refusing to educate themselves on the VA loan. And so a lot of veterans are getting the brunt of this housing market. Veterans are getting hit so hard in this housing market, and it is absolutely disgusting, and it is unacceptable, and it's something that needs to stop. They have investors that are coming in with cash. Then you have the conventional loan. Then you have the FHA loan. Then they put veterans on the bottom of that totem pole. I'm sorry, these people fought for their country. They fought for your freedoms. The very least you can do is educate yourself on a VA loan and then start accepting more of them, because it's disgusting that veterans are having such a hard time finding housing right now.
I'm saying in everything, and like you say, with having fought for your country, you would think being able to come back, those are perks that you can take advantage of and have someone to look out. And let me just come on back first and foremost, Marquetta, to say that Anthony Banks is showing himself out, because he came on here and said DTI, because you was just throwing it out. He was talking about that's the debt to income ratio for those.
Oh, yes.
That's what, ain't nothing like an uncle to make sure you good. That's what y'all better get y'all an Anthony Banks in your life. He was like, let me just make sure they know what she's talking about. What she's talking about, DPO, DTI. Look, let me go on and break it down for everybody. Thank you, Banks. I appreciate it. Thank you. That's good. But you know what? In talking about that, really it is the struggle that they face. And it is a shame that, they have to go through so much. But for like you said, a lot of investors, they have cash on hand. And so back in the day when people were looking for, foreclosed properties and things like that, is it non-existent now to go somewhere and try to find a property that you can get into for little or nothing, or to find a property that, back where they were talking about taxes? It's wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap. Not right now, because we're in a housing crisis, right? So I mean, you can probably put a shack on the market right now. Somebody gonna buy it. Multiple offer.
Wow.
Seriously. Because it's just nothing out there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we're fighting. So right now, and especially in Atlanta, we have, and I'm hoping that there's going to be some relief from this for just everyday citizens. But especially right now in Atlanta, we have investors who are coming in and buying up all the property in within, and they're not flipping it, right? So they're not buying it and reselling it and flipping it. You have some, but not really. They're buying it and they're renting them out. So they're buying properties with the intent to rent them out. So the rental market is abhorrent right now in Atlanta. Somebody posted $2,200 a month.
I think I saw you put up a post about somebody was charging, but you was like, this house is not that much for rent, really.
But they're buying this. It's monopoly, right? So they're buying all of this right now, and they're renting them out, and they're dominating the rental market. So now rental prices are so high, people can't afford to rent. And I'm telling everybody, I don't care what type of property you can buy in Atlanta right now. I don't care what type of property you can buy. If you can buy a piece of property, buy it right now. And I know it's like, oh no, I shouldn't. Listen, exactly, for $2,300 a month, you're going to be spending so much. And I know my people in DC are like, oh, that's fine. That's a good price. That's not a good price here. Remember, our cost of living here is still, it's not caught up to these prices, right? So you have the natives from Georgia, and you have people who have lived in Georgia for 20 plus years and things like that. And they're being priced out of where they live. And why are they being priced out? Because of us Northerners who are like, I'll pay that price. California, I'll pay that price. That's cheap. But it's not to them, right? So it's still gentrification, right? So it's still pricing people out of their neighborhoods, out of their homes. They can't afford it. I mean, I have some people who, again, remember that client, 165, she bought the house for, but the taxes are going to be, once the neighborhood gets to that median of, I mean, it's $1 million property just sold in that neighborhood, right? So what do the taxes do when the property value go up? The taxes go up. So a lot of them are not able to afford their taxes because they're used, especially if they're on a fixed income or they're seniors and they're on a fixed income. So we have to think about these things. And I know we want to sell our houses at high value, and we want to, the highest price. It's so appealing when an investor is offering you $30,000 above what you asked. But think about this on the reverse end. What is that going to look like for you in 5 years when you're ready to go buy? And now all of these investors have monopolized the market because everybody was looking at the extra $30,000 and not looking at the bigger picture that, wait, I'm also not going to be able to afford a house. Or I'm also not going to be able to do this, and I'm not going to be able to do that. So really think about that too when you're on the other side. Like, hey, maybe I take the person, right? And not the investor. And a lot of times those investors are putting offers on property and they're holding them up for 10, 15 days. And then they're backing out anyway. Bank on a person. It's better in the long run. Bank on a person, in my opinion.
Crazy. But listen, I'm telling y'all, for everybody who's on here, if you have a question, ask now, because Marquetta is a wealth of information. She's already dropped some gems to help you to figure out about these interest rate hikes that are going to happen here soon, about, how things are going in the market. So let me see. Reverend Pat says, so true. I live in Katy, Texas, and our cost of living is low. And we have so many people from California and other states moving here because of that very reason.
Yeah. And remember, so in 2020, what happened? Everybody got to stay home and work from home. And so you have a lot of companies who kept telework, made it a permanent thing. So a lot of people who were living in up north or in California or other places that were a little higher cost of living, now they're able to live wherever they want and keep those high paying salaries. So they're keeping the 200,000 they were making over there, and now they're coming over here and they're living like, kings and queens and living luxury, but not thinking about what it's doing to the people who are already living here, who are not seeing cost of living increases, who are not seeing job increases. We're not seeing, I mean, people arguing here if they got to pay $15 for Chick-fil-A for you to work there. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's the wage increases, the math not mathing. Okay.
Right. And that's something that, people never even really think about. But at the end of the day, when you got somebody who that's not a problem because that's what you're used to, and you can come down and get a whole lot more house for that same amount of money, it's a big difference. But, in 5 years from now, it's going to be a big, let me see, bank says 100% disabled veterans, Georgia's a property tax-free state. You can get more house for lower cost because you don't have property taxes added into the escrow. Banks, you really come on and drop that knowledge. Banks, listen, I love it.
My family know about the real estate now.
I'm giving it dropping some. Listen, come on and drop some knowledge.
This is 100% disabled, but it's not a lot 100% disabled veterans in Georgia because it's not easy down here. They be like, don't be trying to give up that 100%.
Right. Oh, baby, the 100% is a struggle to get to. You hear me?
We still on the struggle bus. Like,
baby, the struggle to get to. Listen, Banks, honey, come on, Banks, and tell them. But that's some good information for those of you who know of someone who's a 100% disabled veteran. Make sure pass the word because, again, like Marquetta said earlier, it's already hard for veterans, and so if you can help them, get this information out so that they can start looking and position themselves, that's something they can take advantage of. So any other questions while she's on here, y'all better come on and put it out here because listen, she has started this brokerage here in Cobb County in Kennesaw, Georgia. Not only doing that, but also providing opportunity for you to take some classes. She's about to drop a discount so you can get in there, take up to a year to get your real estate license. I mean, that's a win-win. But while we waiting on somebody to ask a question, I'm going to have to just go on and throw it on out there and, just kind of, test the waters a little bit on what you think. What is going on with the reality shows that are out here about all these real estate brokers? Baby, y'all got Black women out here real estate broking and talking and doing things all over the world. We got, wait a minute, what is it? Selling Tampa. We got the ladies who list ATL. I'm talking.
Shout out to Kiana Watson, who I think is amazing.
Come on, Kiana. Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to the Black women in real estate and people seeing Black women in real estate.
I'm telling you, you know what? During this pandemic period, so many things have just started coming up. I just started binge watching one of those shows. Right. Yes. They're coming out and it's putting a different spin on it. But I love the fact that, Marquetta, that you have come up and you are really looking to help people to become homeowners. You're really looking to change lives. And I think that's what's really important is to really help people to find opportunities, like you say, to be a champion for a veteran who's having a hard time already, to really look out for people who are, really going to get the worst end of the deal because people are able to afford something that right now you're not, or you won't be able to when the taxes increase. So it's good to have somebody who genuinely, not only love what you do, but you genuinely want to help people to be successful when it comes down to it as well. And that's
absolutely. And let me just say one thing about the reality show. I do have one thing to say. I think that it's important, and I know in the age of social media, it's hard, but we have a lot of social media agents. And I think it's important we're not doing that at Fresh Vision Realty. We are for the people. We help people. We care about people. I'm not on social media all day. Like, look at my bag, look at my Birkin, look at my Gucci. First of all, I don't have any of that because I'm way too cheap. But I'm about real estate first. But I think real estate is one of the other ways to actively affect change in people's lives. When you help somebody buy a house, you are helping them to buy an asset that is a part of their portfolio. That is a part of how much they are worth, right? Their net worth. So we're helping people to build their net worth. So what I encourage my real estate agents to be are, you can't come work with us if you don't genuinely love and care about people. Are we going to make some money? Absolutely. But do I care about that? I really don't. I tell people every day, I don't have to work. I retired my husband and he get 3 checks on the first of the month. We straight, right? So I don't have to work if I don't want to. I do because I love it. And I want to attract people who also love it, who also love this and love helping people. And this is how I get to give back. This is how I get to help people. If you don't know, Black home ownership is the lowest it has ever been in this country. Wow. There are a few reasons why it is that low. At Fresh Vision Realty, Black History Month, we're dedicated all of February. We're going to have workshops. We're going to talk about financial literacy for African Americans. We're going to talk about credit repair. I want to touch base on all the things that I see on a daily basis that is hindering us from owning homes. They're going to keep moving the goalposts for us. We can't let that discourage us. We have to get out there and buy as much land and take back as much of our land that they've taken from us as much as we can. Maslow's law's hierarchy says that the first stability for children is a foundation. And it has been proven that children who live in homes that are owned by their parents have a stronger foundation because they're not constantly moving around. They move around less. So I know it's important to me. I know a lot of people say, well, I go to do this and I go to do that and I go to the church. Well, let me tell you something. I'm not a big fan of I believe in the Lord, I'm not a big fan of the church, but I will tell you this, I've helped a lot of women get off of Section 8 and get their kids out of really bad situations.
That's good.
I've helped a lot of people, a lot of families who had poor credit and things like that, and now they don't. And that, so it's just who I am. I just want to help. I'm a people's people.
Yes, honey. I was getting ready to say, Anisha said that Marquetta is the people's champ, baby. Yes, I love it because they have to have someone that's going to look out. Because a lot of times people don't, when it's about the money, you don't care. You're just out to make a deal. And it's too many people who have that mentality. So it needs to be somebody to be celebrated who is out here really genuinely caring for people. And so let me go back to your uncle. So he said, asking, are you looking to hire for your brokerage company?
Oh, we are. Yes, we are hiring. So we're currently recruiting. If anybody is in real estate in Georgia and you're thinking about another brokerage and you want to have a conversation with me, I've got a really, really, really great ladder to climb, as we say, in terms of commissions and assistance and training and coaching. I believe in it. Come holler at me. If you've been in real estate for a while and you're just not making any money, you're not closing any deals, let's have a conversation about that too.
That's so good. I mean, it's good. And for people who are, in position to make some changes because you're not satisfied where you at, or you thought you were going to be somewhere and you're not getting the assistance that you need, this is a place to be because Marquetta has really, set things up to bring people in to help you get to where you need to be at and to really be concerned about you. And that's a difference maker, so not only are you helping people to get in homes, but you're also helping people with their careers to get a solid foundation so that it can go the next way. She said, Anisha, come on, Anisha said her coaching is the truth. And I can tell because you're passionate about what you do. And Miss Marion said, honey, keep the homes in the family. Amen to that. Now, I have somebody else who asked the question, how important is photography when you're selling homes? Do you have a photographer that you use?
Photography is very important. So it's an Achilles heel for me. Yes, I use a professional photographer. So if you have an agent and they're not using a professional photographer, run the other way. First of all, I don't care the price point of the house. All of my houses have professional photography because it's the first thing that people see. We're in a digital age. We're in a digital media. So first impressions really, really matter. So I want my pictures to stand out because I want you to come into my house. I want lines around the corner. We sell most of our houses at our open house. So, and how do we do that? Because we set it up the first time with professional photography, videography, and things like that. So yes, please use it. Make sure they're using, professional photographer every time.
That's good. And
somebody in there taking it with their cell phone. Get out. Absolutely not. And I've seen people doing that on $600,000 houses.
You know how powerful that is for you to say that because somebody is out there thinking that, it's no big deal. That's the difference in excellence and presentation and someone just throwing something together. It does matter. And you have to, come on, Miss Avia says, my niece is sharp. That's so good to really even put that nugget out there because a lot of times we have to show up in different ways. And when you're trying to put the best
foot forward. You want to have professional pictures. You want to have the presentation tight because you got competition. Not only are you showing the house, you got a whole bunch of other people who are looking to do the same thing. So you got to make sure that everything about you stands out, is crisp visually. In the digital age, people are looking for that. So
people it's 2022. So the first thing they do is they're gonna go online. If your pictures aren't great, they're gonna scroll right by. I can tell if a house is good, whether the pictures are good or not, but I'm a professional. So to the average consumer, they're not looking at that. If your pictures aren't up to par, they're gonna scroll past your house the first time. They're not even gonna come back and take a second look. And you probably could have the best house on the block. But if the pictures aren't right, I have sold so many houses and been, gotten under, and it should have been multiple offers because it's a beautiful house, but the presentation of it was so bad that nobody showed up to see it. And I was the only one that told my client, look, we're going to take a chance.
That's a deal breaker, honey, and a game changer. So look, she done put y'all on some game real quick. If y'all wondering why things are not getting done well, that's why. Come on, Banks, do you set up staging as well?
We do. So we do staging, photography. We do it all. That's why we charge the big bucks. You get what you pay for.
For those who are getting ready to go, I mean, this is really for people who are looking to get into the real estate market and become real estate agents or brokers. This is such good information. Listen, definitely a big inspiration. Go, sister. That's so sweet.
Oh,
I love it. I mean, it's good information because people need to know it's not just about selling a house. It's a lot that goes along with it. You got to do your research. You got to do your preparation. It's not just being able to say, oh, I got a house for sale. Let me let you come look at it. You've got to do the work to set it up. No matter where you are in your career, Fresh Vision Realty can help. Oh, that's good too. Okay, that's
good. That's my husband.
Come on, Verna. Look, Verna with the license too. Come on, do it. So let's go back. I do have a question because I know for a lot, I think I saw something somewhere, and I'm not sure if I was researching on your page or not, but they were talking about how people go to different places to get credit repair done. But at the end of the day, you wasted a lot of money because when you get into the process, you've wasted what should have been done. Can you speak a little bit about that?
Okay, Marquetta does not like credit repair companies. And here's why, right? So anything that's heavily marketed to a certain demographic, I'm going to frown upon it anyway, right? So credit repair has become like this really hot, popular thing, and people are becoming millionaires doing this credit repair, which is great. Like, do you hustle on, do what you got to do. However, a lot of times, all they're doing is putting dispute language on your credit report. And when the dispute language, when you get to the lender's going to be like, hey, you got to take this dispute language off of your credit report. And when they do, their score usually drops. So we have, even we were a victim of it. You know what I mean? Like, we paid for credit repair. It never really works. Credit repair, listen, you got into the mess that you got into, some of it by, mistake. We all make mistakes. That's why financial literacy has got to be something that we start teaching in our home. We teach financial literacy to our children. We're starting a family board meeting where we're going to start teaching financial literacy to our nieces and nephews and pulling in everybody else in the family and doing some investments and things together with our family and teaching my family how to buy real estate without using money, just different things like that. And I also teach that to my agents. Let's be clear. I teach my agents how to get high on their own supply.
I love it.
But we'll go back to credit repair. So a lot of times it's wasteful because I've been doing this for so long. I kind of know what the lenders are looking for, and I talk to my lenders every day. So I can tell you, based on what's on your credit, okay, this is how much time you're going to need, or let's talk to the lender. And my lenders will give you a game plan. There's no in real estate. It's just a yes or not right now. No, not right now. It's however long that you want it to last. It's completely up to you. But please don't go out there, waste the money on credit repair. Go talk to a lender. Go talk to a real estate agent, preferably somebody from Fresh Vision Realty, one of my preferred lenders. You can find them on my website, www.freshvisionrealty.com/vendors. If you go to my vendors page, then you'll be able to see my vendors information and with my lenders and things like that. But talk to a lender. Go to the source. Let's not go to people who have absolutely no idea. Half of those people don't even own a house. How are they going to help you, tell you what to do to fix your credit? They don't even have a house. Go to the source. Go to somebody who knows how to do it. Go to the people who are giving you the money.
That's good. Erica was saying she loves that not it's not no, it's just not right now. And I think that's what messes a lot of people up. They think that they're never going to be able to do it. And that gives hope to say that just because you get a no right now doesn't mean it's no forever. It's steps that have to be taken. And Anisha says, set your priorities. That's the key.
Yeah.
Marion, never start on your credit before speaking to a lender first.
See, my family know about real estate.
Baby, listen, y'all say, honey, the Banks family is on and popping tonight. Yes, I'm loving this because y'all are coming through with gems just like Marquetta is. So that's just great things, I think, for a lot of people because sometimes, purchasing a home can be scary when you don't have all the facts. And so, people, and you hear people, give you all these horror stories, but again, conversation and knowledge can be a game changer. Have a conversation, sit down. And what I really like is that, Marquetta is really showing you her personality and the fact that she cares and she wants to see you do well. So reach out. I got it scrolling across the bottom how you can get in contact with her, the website, and then her email to reach out to get some information so that you can stop by, talk to a lender, find out where you are and what it's going to take for you to get where you need to go. And if you're a veteran, you best for sure get in contact with her because she is going to make sure that you get your property. So I love it. I love it. What else is going on with you? What can they expect and look forward to? And then share whatever else you want to share before we end the broadcast tonight.
Okay. We are launching our Fresh Vision Realty official launch party is in April. So we're super excited. That's coming. So we are doing that. So I'm just getting my brokerage together. I'm still out here selling houses. So, everybody was like, are you still selling houses? I'm still selling houses. So, call me. Anything that you guys need help with. And we just really we're just going to just follow us, especially in the month of February. We're going to be doing a lot of free stuff, a lot of things because we really want to encourage Black home ownership. It's a thing. It's one of the reasons why I was set out and opened up my own brokerage because I could have a little bit more autonomy. I'm a realist in addition to being a realtor. A realist is a Black real estate agent. We were not allowed to be realtors for a very long time, and y'all know why. Mm-hmm. And so the Board of Realists was founded. So I am a realist, which is why I promote Black home ownership because I'm a realist and a realtor. So it's not discriminatory. I promote home ownership for everyone, but I definitely encourage Black home ownership as well because it is right now a pandemic for us personally. It's the lowest it's ever been in this country, and we really need to change that. And the reason it's the lowest it's ever been is for a numerous of things. They keep moving the goalposts, but we really lost out. We took the biggest hit during that last recession. So it's really time for us to change that. Let's stop renting. We're wasting money, and I'm not just saying that. We're really wasting money. I have amassed $200,000 in extra money that I can go get right now today if I wanted to, and I could not do that if I was renting something. And I've lived here for 4 years. So in 4 years, I've amassed $200K. You can't do that renting something. I have a client that's amassed $375,000 and they lived in their house for 16 months. You can't.
You cannot.
You can't get that by renting. So stop giving people money away, giving your money away. And I'm not saying that because, you're a real estate agent, you're saying it. No, seriously. It's time out for that. We're wasting money. We could be amassing, making some. I like a good bag, I don't know about y'all.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna go back up here because Vern, your husband said you don't go to court without a lawyer, don't go into the market without your agent.
Correct.
Yeah,
that's actually not a good one.
I know, right? Listen, y'all see it here. Y'all better connect with Fresh Vision Realty. And let me see. Somebody said they're ready. So yes, please reach out to Marquetta and her team so they can help you get into home ownership. For Black History Month, they are offering up so many programs to help you get financially literate, to help you to, find out what you need to do to get into a home. Don't miss out. I mean, again, if the answer is no, that doesn't mean never. It just means not right now. You got some work to do. But listen, if you put the work in, it is going to put you in a position where you can leave a legacy for your family. And let me make sure I come back up to Anisha because she said, and if you are Aquarius, reach out.
Absolutely not, Anisha. Absolutely not.
I figured that had to be an inside something.
everybody on my team is an Aquarius.
Really?
All my agents.
Hmm.
I don't know why they keep finding me.
God, listen. Aquarius magnet. An Aquarius magnet. There's Anisi. Listen, thank you so much again, Marquetta. It has been a pleasure. Great information. I really make sure you all reach out to her, connect with her. If you're trying to be an agent, this is the time. Get that license. And she already told you, baby, if you're scared to sell a house, then you got a whole lot of other things that you can be doing. And they listen, they is clowning now. They talking about Aquarius Nation, ma'am. Aquarius Nation. They showing out. Just say everywhere I go, it's an Aquarius.
Yes. I live with one. I married them. Can't.
Listen, hey, sometimes you can't get around what you can't get around, girl. Look. But again, thank you so much. And everybody, thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for bringing up the questions. Anthony Banks, thank you for being our person who, Gail, I'm sorry. Gail asked a question. Come on, Gail. Where was it at? I missed it. Gail Flowers. Okay, I'm sorry. Gail says, thank you for that. I am preparing to buy next year. I'm in Florida.
I am getting my Florida broker's license, so I am hoping to be in Florida by the end of the year.
Ooh, yes, come on. Look, Anisha already said, Gail, yes, she can. Y'all need a team. Y'all need a team like Team Marquetta, honey. I'm telling y'all, Gail said, awesome. Yes, Gail, we're going to make sure you connect so that you can be in position to get done what needs to be done so you can get that as well. Reverend Pat said, honey, look at God. Won't he put you where, wait a minute. Look at Gail. Look, they are showing out, honey. Gail said, I'm an Aquarius too, honey.
It's okay.
Yeah, look, that's confirmation. It's already done, baby. It's already done. Aquarius said, yes, I can come visit and vacation. That's right. Visit and
Don't
vacation.
Encourage the little sisters.
Listen, don't act like that. Come on, encouragement. Come on, baby. Come on up.
But thank you for having me. It's been a great time. I really appreciate it for you having me on your platform. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So, should I spill the bag about what we got going on? Or should I just wait to let them just find out when they see it?
No, let's tell them.
Let's tell them.
Yeah.
So y'all know, iShine magazine, we are so excited because not only are we able to have a conversation with Marquetta tonight, but we are going to have her as the cover of our February edition. So yes, honey, make sure y'all reach out to iShine magazine. We'll put information to subscribe, but she's going to be on the cover, honey, doing her thing, being flossed and bossed out. So make sure you guys follow her. Know that she's got big things going on. I'm super excited because listen, when you got somebody who's passionate about what they do and want to see other people win, yes, honey. Okay, face shine. Yes, congratulations. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Thank you. So excited about it.
Honey, the cover, major moves. That's amazing. Yes, for iShine.
Yes. We're excited.
When you see people who are moving and doing some great things and have a heart of gold like Marquetta does, you can't help but honor them and celebrate them. I definitely was waiting for you to spill the beans. Yes. So listen, y'all stay tuned. She's going to be out there and we're going to get some information and definitely follow up with Fresh Vision Realty to find out if you know anybody in the Cobb County area, Georgia, period. Let them know because this is the opportunity to find out some information and find out what other people aren't going to tell you. Marquetta is going to make sure that you know. Banks, subscribe to the magazine. I've seen the magazine. It's an amazing magazine. Thank you. Thank you.
Y'all all push subscribe. That's on here now tonight so you can see everything they're doing over at iShine.
I love it. I love it. Listen, we have got a taste of what the Banks family is like, honey. So you listen, they wide open and celebrate and encourage each other all the time. I love it. I love it. Everybody needs to have good family support like this. There's nothing like it.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. All right. Y'all have a good one.